his ass.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman! Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman! Wait! Don't do it, Cartman! Wait! I'm warning you! Okay.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
We're there, dude.
We'd like some money. Yeah, money. Money is cool.
Aren't you ashamed?
We got whores in the city. We need backup now.
Don't be so dang literal.
Well, you've got one heck of a nerve.
Oh my God, the government is here. Run!
Hey, barkeep, whose leg do you have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
Ich bin ein Springfielder.
Shut the hell up. I've got the strangest feeling someone's gonna kick his ass.
Hello, peasants.
Want to kill all humans?
We're there, dude.
Here we go. Hey, everybody. We are live on YouTube right now. What's up, people?
What is happening?
Everyone.
What's up? And we're joined here by Big
What is
Dan,
happening, people?
Yay!
our sponsor. You just heard his voice at the beginning of this podcast. And now
I know
here
you're
you
going
are.
to get very tired of hearing this voice.
And this time you're not making a meatloaf live on.
I'm not cooking anything. I'm actually in the Big Dan recliner. I'm not even in the shop today.
I mean, that looks like a nice
Oh,
recliner.
it might be a mistake, too. About our end of this, if you hear some snoring, you know what's going on. It's not going to be Ben this time.
No, not this time. That's
Well, how's it shaking, Big Dan? How's life in the big kitchen?
Oh, man, everything's going good. You know, we're right here on the cusp of hot grill summer. So, you know, a lot
hot
of
grill summer.
So a lot of sauce. I mean, I've actually been doing a lot of cooking, making a lot of sauces. I've got a few new things in the works.
You mentioned something on air about some popcorn burger.
Yeah. Well, that's for another podcast. You know, the one I'm on, Ben's on. We've got. Well, we'll talk about that in a little while. But no, I've got just actually finished. There was a contest for the late night ghouls with that actually finished up. So we got a name for that. It hadn't been announced yet. They're busy down in Chattanooga for the film fest. So that will be announced and that will be available, a blackberry barbecue sauce for them.
Blackberry.
That's awesome. Congrats to you all.
So
Very
yeah, that's
cool.
going to be pretty cool. Wish I had one here to show everybody on the radio. Actually got.
Yeah, I want to too, Big Dan. People ask me all the time, like,
Nice.
You got the
how
new
can
Wait, so what's that?
Diablo hot
Oh,
sauce. The
Oh, that bottle.
brand new
That's
hot
a-
sauce.
yeah, skull, right?
That's why I owe Nicole a package. I called her out for using Frank's Red Hot
Yeah,
on
and I-
air while she has some availability of some of the best hot sauce on the planet.
I was gonna say thank you for calling me out because I wasn't gonna. I was what are they called in PR? Like stay away, like don't address the negative, you know. So I was like, okay, like.
But I knew I had this new hot sauce cooking, so you're going to get a bottle of each of that here pretty soon. Everybody will be.
I'm gonna be
And,
having hot sauce way better than
I'm excited.
Frank's.
Right. You know, and Big Dan, people always ask me, how can they get this your sauce?
Well,
Like where can they send
find
them
me
to?
on Instagram. You know, it's I'm linked up to all of you guys. Just look for Big Dan's Original on any of the platforms. Between my wife and my daughter, I'm active on everything, even Facebook. Even though I don't have a Facebook page, it's linked to somebody else's. I think it's my wife's. My
You're
daughter.
not missing anything there.
My daughter
Fine.
even has me a TikTok account, guys.
Oh wow.
She is.
Wow.
I don't know. It's been a long time since we put anything on it, but she used to take videos of me like seasoning meat. She put music to it. You know, I promise I don't dance in any of them. So don't.
So wait,
You should
wait.
dance and cook
Real quick,
at the same time.
your daughter is posting videos of you rubbing your meat.
Of course. Ben
Got it.
goes
Okay.
straight there. They'll throw me straight out of the golf cart.
I just want to make sure I have this right. I'm just making sure.
So yeah, so if people want the sauce, then they should DM you
Yeah, hit me up.
anywhere.
And it's around,
Light on DM.
you know, depending on how much you get, shipping's around $11 anywhere. You know, the more you get, the more you save. But that's the kind of the problem, and shipping's ridiculous. I don't know why, but it's so expensive to go anywhere. California is the worst. What's this stuff out there? You guys, man, good Lord.
I'm sorry. If you ever want any help covering shipping, because
No,
I feel
that's cool.
bad that it's
That's the point of being a sponsor, guys. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. That's true. Well, then everyone make sure to get some Big Dans. How about that? Extra
I'm
promos
not
coming.
sure where I am, but I mean, what am I up here? I'm up here, I'm down here. What is it?
First, wait. So first, Dan's gonna hit us up for shipping as our sponsor, and then the next we're gonna start buying the ingredients, and then low-key, this whole thing has been just a subtle way for us to fund Big Dan's.
Look, smart
Yeah,
business
you know,
hack.
I've been
Curses.
unemployed.
You discovered my plot.
I've been unemployed. This is how I get paid, is in
Yeah.
sauce.
I'll-
So, yeah.
I don't care. I love it. I think it's great.
Speaking of sauce, James, can we talk about it?
The new sauce? No, I
Okay.
don't want to talk about it just yet. It's good though. It's some good shit. Hopefully soon.
Also,
you know.
we
we
have
feel-
Bad on the chat.
Babs
in the
Yeah,
shit.
Bad.
Everyone.
Yeah, she's. I've sent.
Tons of
I've
love
sent him
for
some
that.
stuff down there in Florida.
Oh, so there you go. Bad. I hope you enjoy some Big Danes. And you know, normally, I always save like Leo here for last. But if you're watching it, and also normally I put our guest kind of in the center, but I had to put Leo in the center this week because man, Leo, this is officially your last real recorded, totally
Yeah,
Toonular
they really rolled out the
episode.
red carpet for you, man. You know, a cartoon about asses and a guy that rubs butts for a living.
So, like we were saying before we start recording, I created the Brazilian butt lift. So, it's like a proper show for me to be like. It's not my last one airing because we still have the next week that we pre-recorded.
Right. July.
But yeah, I'm gonna be an ass and leave you guys.
Ain't it the truth?
But man, Leo, it's gonna like, it's weird. Like, who am I gonna like? Now I gotta, I don't know. Now it's either Nicole or Ben who's got to give me the transition. I don't know which one here to trust. I mean, who do you pick, Leo? You got to pass the baton.
Rock, paper, scissors, then.
Oh no, I got this all day. I'm
He said
good
it.
for puns. I'm
Yeah,
good
no,
for
it
puns.
need to be Ben because when you're introducing people, it's like ladies first. So like Ben need to be the last.
Oh, okay. That's very.
No, it's a big
Polite
spot
and
to fill, guys. You
diplomatic.
know, I'm very
I mean,
much.
it is.
Very much like the Burlington Coat Factory. I'm also a fan. I'm not just a sponsor. Yeah, you guys together, man, you have a great show. You all have your own little piece of the pie that he's going to be missed. I mean, even like from the from the fans out here that are watching. He's the guy that comes up with the funniest crap all the time, just witty, dry. I love it. It's a big spot to fill. It really is.
No, thank you.
It is.
Appreciate that.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a weird sort of adjustment. I am not without reservation in general regarding this whole thing. Very, very butt hurt about it all.
Look at him, just like all the time. He's like,
That's about it.
You're transitioning too
very,
early here, Ben.
very
You're doing
butt
it.
hurt. I don't know, man. It's been a little over like 2 years getting together weekly.
Yeah.
Anybody leaves that circle. It's a whole thing, It's a very much a whole thing.
now, how long have you guys actually known each other?
Oh, like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
I mean, Nicole, I've known.
Yeah,
what,
we've
8
known
years
each other
probably?
for. It's been almost a decade, actually. 2024 will be right. And yeah,
Yeah, it had to be at least 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Around.
because
I don't know Ben, but like I met Nicole just on the podcast, even though we've been
Yeah.
in the same place before without knowing each other.
Yes, that is true. Leo and I have been in the same room, but did not know each other
That's funny.
for that. But anyway, yeah. Forget what we were talking about.
We're talking about
up?
how much we're gonna end up missing Leo, how change is hard.
And Leo, and if we ever do a live show and I set up a live show, I mean, you have to be
Reunion.
on it. We've never, all four of us, have recorded a real episode.
I
Yeah.
hope you've
Yeah,
already
all
keyed up
together.
some real sad music to send the thing out on. Excuse me, guys.
Just us crying.
I got something at the end. We definitely got some video sent in from the Freaky Secrets tour.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh,
That's nice,
that's
man.
fancy.
It looks like you guys are having a good time out there.
I mean, yeah, speaking of the Freaky Secrets tour, I got to pop in out, and this is my week. I got to pop out down Charlotte, hung out with the fellers down there.
Spend time
Spend a
with the
little time with
fellas.
the fellers.
Yeah. Basically, and honestly, it was great. And my whole family came out.
Oh wow.
I mean, you guys saw the photo that was shared on Instagram. My cousins all bought Cook Island
That's
t-shirts. And also, it's great. My cousins had explained to my aunt and uncle what a cup was,
no.
which also makes me happy.
How much
What did they think
fun
about
was
all
that?
the penises and the balls on them?
So here's the thing, right? They were asking which they ever met John before. It's like, oh, who's John? You always talk about him. We live with him.
Oh my
Who's
god.
John? And I had to make sure because they didn't really meet him when they first came in. So before Cook Island started, I was like, they have to meet John first.
Okay, yes.
Before
they
yeah.
watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not gonna look him in the eye after.
Well, that's literally exactly what my uncle said. I saw him the next day, and he was like, I don't think I can look at John in the eye again.
I fucking love that because what better way to like introduce people to basically like your hetero life mate? What better way
Yeah, is to watch
is
his balls.
well, not just his balls, butthole, taint, and
It's all of it.
penis.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's true, but I'll take a little credit for that opening scene because I did talk to Reeves. Out of Reeves' mouth, he told me he did it because of me, because I have a male genital to boob ratio that I'm required in a movie.
Yes.
If I have to see so many wieners, I should also
Dicks,
see
yeah.
an equal amount of the other. And so,
Fair.
I feel like I should get a
You
little
can watch
credit.
Euro Trip then.
But yeah, man, the show was amazing. Actually, it's crazy. One of my cousins actually liked Freak more than
Nice.
Cook Island. I haven't told that to Reeves yet, so
He'll find
There's-
out when he listens.
I
I
was
guess.
like- I was like a shot to the heart right there, But shout out to Lucky, man. It's so cool to see my friends out there like that, and especially even like them playing Meet Is Murder, man. I keep getting videos of these crowds of people just actually laughing. People have no idea who the fuck they are,
That's awesome.
and like enjoying it. I made that shit when I met you guys 5 years ago.
crazy.
Yeah, we walk around
And-
Brooklyn with my old camera that I don't even have anymore.
Yeah, and the jokes still land. Someone recognized the apartment too, which I thought was funny. someone randomly in Charlotte was like, I know that place. I've been
What?
there.
Everyone knows
The-
that apartment for some reason.
The one that you shot in twice now?
Yeah, twice. I made my vegan cannibal movie to then 5 years later work on a cannibal movie with a bunch of vegans in the same
I love
apartment.
that.
Nice.
That's fucking. You want to talk about like fates and the jokes that God plays on us? Like that is.
I know. The fact that it's still relevant makes me happy too. You know, you think the joke would be like over.
And
by
what
now,
a better way
but
to eat your vegan people than with Big Dan sauce. So
There you go.
Oh.
yeah.
Perfect.
so
Well,
if I ever
Hey,
make
it's
a
because
feature,
of
it'll
you
feature
guys that I
some-
learned how to make vegan barbecue. I'd never met one before.
I
really?
was literally
Because of
about to
Curse the
say.
Weirder set, right?
Yep.
Literally
That was so
about to say. It's because of your film, James. The group of people that we run in that Dan has built out his skill set. So this is how this group helps a sponsor. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? It's surprising how much vegans like it. You know, I think you understand that I'm not even like attacking vegans and and I think it's amazing that people, I don't know, like it. That
because they
way,
just
too.
have sense of humor. I don't know, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fucking dumb. Like
You're
you know,
you're not malicious about it in the slightest. You know what I mean? You're really
Yeah.
not. It's not like a mean thing. It's not like you're taking digs at people. It's just it's a funny framework.
Yeah, I mean, I only made it because I wanted to move to Williamsburg.
Right.
You know, it was like my excuse to go hang out in Brooklyn for the first time, like in that area. And it
Yeah,
worked.
nice.
I love it. I love that people love it. I know it's cool. It's humbling. It's amazing. You know, it goes to show you that shit. Just make the dumbest thing you can, make it funny, and people will just love it and they'll watch it. Because yeah, but Nicole, how's it hanging in California? How's it going?
It's going okay. I would love to tell everyone the unfortunate news I got today. So I applied for an art grant and it was rejected. We were rejected. We did not get the art grant. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a good moral to this for all of our listeners that are independent filmmakers applying for art grants. I don't know if you still think it's worth your time. Apply for them anyway. If you don't
So
think it's
you-
worth your
you
time,
need
don't
to
waste
show
your
a
time. That's
project?
my honest advice. What?
you need to show like a project you gotta apply, or you just apply and then you create a project.
Like it's like a proof of concept, I guess, sort of like a grant application, right? Like we filled out all the information. We're like, you know, do you want to go ahead and give us money? And they were like, no. So yeah, so that happened.
But usually, sometimes it's like, you know, we have a certain amount of budget, and then you know, a bigger film will come in and it's like, here's all our money. Sorry, we can't give out the rest of the budget. You know, because usually, right, it would be something that they would divide. Instead, they're like, you go Nickelodeon. Yeah, I'm just saying that because Good Burger's just shot there in Rhode Island, and they're just like, they're probably like, here you go, take all that money. You know, you're the.
They gave all their money to Good
I'm
Burger too.
talking-
I like that theory.
I'm just talking out my ass a bit. I'm just throwing out that's what I know big that just shot
So
there.
who are you trying to get the money from?
You know, well, from the state of Rhode Island, it's called like.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, you know what? I won't go into what it's called. I don't know. I don't think they'll ever listen to this or care, but just in case.
Fuck them.
Well, I mean, like all states have like a film commission, so it's probably
like
what the Rhode
something
Island
like that.
State Film Commission. Sure, and
I don't remember
the-
exactly. Yeah, probably that.
Is Josh
The-
in charge of that?
not yet. I know
Good
he's
Burger
working-
2 is apparently. Good Burger 2 is what got all of my.
Just make sure
Right.
there's a shark in it and
Throwing
you're
meat
good to
out there,
go.
'cause that's
No,
that's what we're shooting.
Good Burger shouldn't be called that because I'm pretty sure they don't use Big Dan sauce.
No,
They should.
No,
Is
they
it
never-
really a good burger if it doesn't have Big Dan sauce on it? I mean, really?
just a burger.
Yeah, they.
but
is it
I
a
will
grant
say
if you don't have Big Dan's original sauce on the money? I don't think so.
I will say this though. I will say this. It's the exercise of applying for a grant that you went through, and as unfortunate as it is that it didn't come through, like the question then really becomes like, where did it go? Who got it? You know, and there's 1,000 different answers to that. So as little fun as it is that you didn't get it, that it didn't come through for you, my hope in all of this is that it went to some broke ass like RISD film student who has no means. Do you know what I mean? Who has absolutely no means. Not good burger. I hope it was somebody else that truly could use it. You know what I mean?
And it makes me wonder if somebody's actually physically looking at these, or if it's running through some generator looking for keywords that this is who we give our money to. Yeah.
Does it have Good Burger?
They do that with job applications all the time.
Yeah, put like Kenan Thompson, and you got the
Kel
money.
Mitchell. Yeah. There you go. So I like these two theories. Either it was a RISD student that needed it, or it was Kel Mitchell and his career is back on track. Either one, solid. That's what's happening.
But that's really my hope. If it can't go to you, then I do hope it goes to some kid that's looking to beef up Rhode Island, and it doesn't just fucking go into the hands of some big budget bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, besides this awful film grant, I mean, how else is life treating you?
Everything else is good. I mean, 4th of July weekend is coming on up. Doing some fun stuff, getting outside, hanging out with the dog and the husband. So can't complain otherwise. Hot grill summer is here.
That's right.
Pardon
Everybody
me,
go out there and get some freedom sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Put them on your freedom fries and your freedom Fritos.
Freedom Fritos. That's a big thing here, like Frito boats and stuff. But anyway, whatever. We don't talk about that. Yeah. I mean, it's summertime. All's good. Can't complain.
Yeah. Well, how's it hanging with you, Yarn Yeti?
Man.
Not the rent. Let's go.
You've been on my couch all week.
I was on your couch while you were gone. So we'll preface this whole thing with a dear friend of mine invited me up to New York for the Grateful Dead's last 2 shows at Citi Field.
What was it like coming up to New York? I feel like for the first time in how many years where you didn't have to work, or work on something?
Man, where I didn't have to work on something, where I could just kind of like veg. I will say this. It would have been great if all you guys had been around. But like, I show up and literally the day after I show up, everybody fucking leaves. Like everybody leaves.
I literally picked you up and I was
like,
all right.
Nice about having the house to yourself,
Well, now
you trash the house.
My favorite thing is that you told me that you couldn't figure out how to use the TV, so that then you just came in my room and then just like stared at my toys.
I did, yeah.
Like, were mesmerized by them.
I'm sure he's also touched everything in your house naked. You know he's set his bare ass on everything in your house.
I put my wiener on everything.
Did you use that huge dildo?
I wouldn't sell that Peacemaker helmet anytime soon.
Well, that's why, too. If you look at my wall of toys, they're all covered in plastic for a reason.
Smart.
It's like the cover at the buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Dan, they have in the living room like a huge dildo.
Yes.
Of course they do.
That's a fact.
And it's double-ended.
It's like not having a coffee table. I mean.
So so I show up. James leaves the next day. The day after that, Bergio and Reeves leave on tour, and it ends up being me and Chili Beans hanging in the apartment. Chili Beans had work like throughout, so he was up at the trauma office. He would leave to go to work, and I'd be there like during the day, just cold chilling. And it was one of those things where I explored around you guys' area a little bit. I'd pop out and, I'd walk the blocks. Outside the apartment, Dan. Outside the apartment.
Touch.
Ben, I told you when you're not doing anything during the day, you could have like texted me or come like around here.
I could have hung out there too.
You could have come all over here.
So
Your
but
turn.
in all honesty though, like it was one of those it was one of those weird things where I would have a few hours before the shows, and then at around like 3:30 I would split out to go to City Field on Tuesday and no, on like Wednesday and Thursday, because then Friday we went to Bayonne to hang out with Jimmy.
Little Jimmy Adamson.
Little Jimmy Adamson from Bayonne, New Jersey.
Canada.
So fucking like here's the deal though. I would go out, I'd explore a little in the mornings. I would get my sandwich at the deli down the way, grab a cup of coffee, and then what was it? On Friday, I met up with Chili Beans at the Troma office. So I got a little FaceTime with Boss Man, with Mr. Lloyd Kaufman, his own self, and that was great. So we made sure he got the most recent cut. We've got some notes back. People in the office seem to like it. Not everybody, but you know.
Who didn't like it?
I can't tell you a name here, but I'll tell you later. Reeves is in the chat. He's drunk in Rhode Island.
Unclean.
Nice. I read.
Shout out to the freak secret store.
So the big thing is, and this was the thing. First Night of the Dead was amazing. Second Night of the Dead, also absolutely amazing. And I don't get like overly personal here, but
Don't?
I was gonna say what? What?
not too personal. But they closed out the encore was a song called Broken Down Palace. And Broke Down Palace is it's a song that we played at my mom's funeral when she passed. And the fact that it was the last Dead show that I'll see, and the fact that it was what they closed with at City Field, like I was a little misty. It was really kind of beautiful. Yeah, it really was. It was kind of it also could be everything that was inside of my head touched me a little bit too. but I don't want to go into that.
Though, you know, that's the kind of experience you strive for when you're kind of in your head like that, you know, like to get that kind of euphoric, happy moment.
It hit so hard. Like that's the thing, and in such a great way. The only other time I ever had like sort of that kind of reaction at a show was Jen and I went to Country Fair one year, and we saw Shiny Ribs. He's the lead singer for the Gourds. Saw Shiny Ribs, and he did an a cappella version of Will the Circle Be Unbroken. And if you guys know anything about that, it's literally a song about the day a guy's mom passes, and the whole thing's about the hearse coming to carry her away, and the circle, and the whole thing. Again, also...
Well, if you know anything about Johnny Cash, you've heard that song.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. In tears. So it was another one of those moments, but shared with fucking 80,000 people at fucking City Field. Unreal. Then we went down to Bayonne on Friday, and that was an experience. I'll just say that.
Shout out to little Jimmy Adams.
Let me tell you something, buddy. Me and Chili Beans, oh, buddy. It was a good time. And then Saturday, man, like got up, got some fucking Mexican food with Jimmy for lunch, headed back to the city, hung out with Chili Beans the rest of the day, had a big old time, and then ended up back here in Tennessee sometime during the day on Sunday. All the better for it, too. All the better for it.
Great trip. That sounds awesome.
It really was. It was super weird, though. Like, that first night, we all got to hang out. Leo came out. We watched some cartoons.
Are we going to dress that night?
Huh?
Are we going to dress that night?
Oh, we can definitely address that night. Like,
I don't remember anything bad happening that night, except talking about how big Leo's cock was at the bar.
Whoa!
Like how nobody ever seen anything, but the thing is, like, I was in a different event, and then it's like, where are you? I'm drunk. and then like James is asking, how long is it gonna take for you to get here, and how big is your dick? And I was like, what?
What's up with all of you? Because this happened one time with Reeves and James to Ben. Why do you all just randomly ask each other about your dicks at random points in time?
I don't know. I was in a different event talking.
It's just called Time with the Fellers, Nicole.
I guess that's really what I don't understand. I could never understand the value of time with your fellers.
Yeah, that whole scene was based on true events.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Only the names have changed.
Those are
All
things
right,
that
fair
happen in
enough.
shit house.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know why. James literally leaned over to me and said, "Ask Leo how big his dick is," in the middle of the game of Jenga.
How far are you out, and how big is your dick?
That's what you said.
That's silly.
So I
But yeah, that was a fun night at the bar, though. I don't know. I had a good time.
and that
We played a lot of Jenga too,
And free
Yeah.
popcorn.
and free popcorn.
Nice.
It was a good time. It was.
Nice.
I loved it. Wonderful trip up. Yeah.
Awesome.
So are
Cannot
we
wait
gonna-
for the next
Are we gonna stop talking about dicks and talk about ass now?
And there we
one.
go, the golden transition everybody was waiting for.
That's it.
There you go. That's right, because we're talking Assy Mcgee. Literally a show I've never heard about until about recently. And actually, this ties into you that same night, Ben, because I picked this show because I found something on the internet that was kind of a deep dive. So, like, for those who don't know, Vince McMahon, who owns the WWE, around the same time when this cartoon was being made, was apparently also making an ass cartoon about his own ass that was produced by WWE. And there's only 2 episodes that ever aired. And the why it connected to this show is because they ended up getting sued over copyright. So these 2 ass cartoons had to go to court to like
Ass to ass.
Oh, ass to
Yeah,
mouth.
literally. But Ben is somehow we found them. So there's one cartoon called Thanksgiving Asserole on that, and it's Vince McMahon like beating up some like vegan guy trying to serve the wrestlers vegan food on Thanksgiving, and his ass like beats him up and makes a Thanksgiving turkey. That's the first episode, and then the second episode is called Passion of the Ass with Mel Gibson, which is lost because you cannot like it is so hard to find. Sergio, after about like I think it had to have been like about an hour searching,
Yep.
found some Reddit link that found it, and we got to watch it. Leo, you weren't here, were you, when we watched it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you left. But Ben, so you got the witness Passion of the Ass. That's like rarity. No one else is gonna watch that.
All I'm gonna say is this: the simple fact, like what bothers me the most about the fact that they had to go to court is that the 2 shows are entirely separate. There's not even
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
it
is,
could just be
though,
like a Garfield Heathcliff kind of situation.
no.
well, what I gathered is apparently there were 6 episodes of Vince McMahon's ass show that were made. 2 of them aired, and apparently there was a writer who worked on Assy Mcgee, who then came to WWE
So
and was
that's all he
pitching
knows how to
episodes.
do.
He has right ass cartoons. Yeah. And he came to WWE and pitched an episodes for the ass cartoon that they were producing. And then somehow that's when Assy Mcgee was like, "Hey, you're stealing our shit." And WWE was like, "No, we had no idea." Apparently it was a writer who was stealing stuff for the other episodes.
Which one is better since you watch both?
Oh man, okay, they're 2 separate animals.
Yeah.
So the
Which
thing
one
with the Vince-
half-assed?
Yeah.
Ah!
The thing with the Vince McMahon
You've
show
got to
is-
get so many of those in tonight, Leo.
the thing with the Vince McMahon show is like his ass has like arms that-
Arms. Yeah, like muscly arms.
and it's also still attached to Vince McMahon. So he will like take his pants down and expose his ass that has these arms, and then his ass does things like makes a Thanksgiving turkey. Apparently is also our Lord and Savior. It's like it's all of these different things. Whereas Assy Mcgee is literally just a butt.
Hey,
It's
before Ben gets the chance, I actually have a little bit of fan theory, which it's my theory.
Go
of
for it.
Assy McGee. I'm not sure if we're there yet. We'll see if we'll get there.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. All
I
right,
mean, bring it.
We'll jump
Go
right
Are
in.
they all dead at the end? That's usually every cartoon.
No, but somewhat kind of similar. Kind of similar. Just the only thing that got was, I mean, the first episode right out of the gate, you know what you're getting. The John Adams episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, John Adams.
I'm gonna get a John Adams. There's somebody in this town. I'm gonna motherfucking kill him. He it's hilarious. But the gun just pops out of the holster. No hands.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls his socks up. He's. My theory is what is it? Sanchez, the detective.
Sanchez is his partner. Yeah.
I think this is either him talking to a therapist, embellishing on his partner over the years. He's literally an ass with legs, where he's really not. He shoots everybody on sight, gets away with murder, literally gets away with murder. And that explains all the ridiculousness of the cartoon.
That's
Sense. I was thinking something more absurd too. I thought this was from the same world of the chicken and a cow, because their parents
Yeah, I was
literally
gonna say,
just.
it's like there's some shared
But
universe going on
like
here.
there's everything. He kills everybody he sees. And he gets like the diaper bag. He goes all out trying to find the diaper bag, but will kill 3 kids trying to get the diaper bag.
so.
And it's hilarious. But the high level of ridiculousness that's how you would explain, like, if somebody you really don't like this guy's literally an ass with legs.
Yeah,
That's how you would say it. And so this is now put this down on paper, so he can still draw his gun and do the things he says he's doing. Like, the guy would he gets away with murder. He could literally walk into a room, shoot everybody, and get away with it. And he does.
Yeah.
Right. If you use it as sort of metaphor, like I dig that. Like, I love that as just a concept in general. If you're looking at it from a stance of it being strictly metaphor. He's a walking ass. My partner is a walking ass.
And
What do you
couldn't
mean?
say anything, get away with it.
I mean, he's a butt-faced piece of shit. That's what I mean. He's a butt-faced loser. He gets away with murder. What do you mean he gets away with
shit.
murder?
And even the reason I say that
Talk
is to
shit.
take away from Assy, his wife, the biggest whore in town, how ugly they make her, but yet they make even everybody in town's after her.
Right.
So in real life, she's probably not a bad looking woman, but he's like, she's not even good looking. She's this hag, and that's how he's portraying her. But it's it's just, I don't know. It's what I had to do to get through the house. He pulling his gun.
Not a bad theory.
It's really not. Like, that's actually, if you're looking at like fan theories, that's pretty solid. If you were to set up a Reddit, Dan, like if you were to set up a Reddit, like
too old to even know what you're saying.
Just to talk to you.
bro, I'm the same age as you. What are you talking about? You want to be too old. That's it. You want to be too old. That's what I've learned.
Hey, Big Dan, is this your first time watching Assy McGee?
Yeah, I'd never even heard of it. I was clueless about it. And it took me a little while to warm up to it, because I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And the more I watched it, it's an acquired taste. Once you get a taste of that ass, you want some more.
Yeah, Ben, you're the only person I know here, unless somebody else knew about this before.
No.
You're the only person I know who's seen it.
Yeah. No, I definitely knew about this.
If it's something to do with an ass, Ben's going to know about it.
I had definitely seen a few episodes, and I won't mention names, but I had an Assy McGee coin bank, like a little piggy bank, and you could put the coins in the ass. You could put the coins in the ass. However, during Where Deer, it got broke. You may actually be able to see it in a couple of shots. Like, it might actually be on the shelves in a couple.
And you told that, I think, last episode. So
yeah, I did.
I was gonna try to do you a solid. I did a little eBay search. The only thing you get now is a little figurine of Assy. There's no more banks.
Bro,
you immortalized it forever in film.
It was the best. Well, and that's what Jen taught me back in the day too. Jen said, it's the thing when you have to start getting rid of stuff, because like low key I'm a hoarder, so I have to get rid of shit from time to time. Otherwise, it would take over my entire life. She's like, take a picture of it. If you love it, take a picture of it. load it onto the computer.
Take a picture, it'll last longer.
You can look at it
Exactly what
whenever
she
you
told
want to. You can look at it whenever you want to, but we've got to get this shit gone. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Yeah, always listen to your wife.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like, please.
I've had to learn it the hard way several times.
Several times. So she's had to beat you over the head with a stick then.
Dude, you don't even know.
I love it.
Oh man, we're getting some dirt here. Now, Nicole, what's your first impression here of Assy McGee?
So my first impression was that I liked it. I was like, oh my gosh, like what a silly concept. Like this is so funny. Like what a cute ass. You know, like what a fun.
She just liked the ass immediately.
The ass was cute, not gonna lie. It's a cute ass. That's
Yeah.
If there's any I guess I didn't even think about that. Just thought it was just whatever. I was like, okay, it's a cute ass, you know. I like that everyone's playing it pretty like deadpan, right? Like the world is serious, the ass is not. I thought that was really clever.
Yeah. There again, like back to my theory, he looks normal to everybody else.
Right. And then as it went on, this is like kind of what Leo and I were talking about off mic. I was not liking it the more and more I watched it. I'm going to be honest.
Well, we're completely backwards. I first watched it like, what the hell is this? And I kept on to where I might watch it before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it that much as it went on. It
So
just
I loved
the jokes are solid.
I loved the John Adams episode. I thought that was like the right amount of like playing the world seriously, even though it's weird. It felt repetitive to me, the show, after a while. I was like, okay, I get it. I get what they're doing here.
Well, I think there's a reason for that. You know, it's kind of like a police procedural without a procedure.
Yeah. Yes.
You know,
yeah, it was like a Law and Order.
They're always the same thing. Even the way it comes on, it like reminds me of being a little kid. I didn't have grow up with cable, so whatever I watched those old 70s and 80s cop shows.
I love SVU. I love Law and Order, Criminal Minds. I love Criminal Minds. I love Law and Order, Organized Crime that came out during. Like, I like those shows, and like I get that it's like paying homage to that while also poking fun at it. I think that the concept of an ass as a cop could be done well. I think this show made it repetitive. Does that make sense?
I feel the repetitiveness. I mean, I had to take a break a bit.
I'll give you that. I couldn't take a steady diet of it. Even though the episodes are only like 10 or 11 minutes.
Yeah.
I can only watch a few a day.
So real quick, Dan, do you remember a show from the 80s and 90s? I also grew up without cable, right? Without cable. There was a show, it ran 84 through 91 called Hunter. Do you remember?
Man.
Yeah.
We watched that crap, dude. Yeah, Hunter was awesome.
Boom. All right, good. And the Equalizer, you remember the Equalizer?
Oh man, I mean, I wouldn't go back farther than that. I watched the Rockford Files, dude.
See, that's growing up right, man.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
All that stuff. That's Hunter for sure. Man,
Hunter was a
curly-headed, dark-haired girl, man.
I have no idea what that is.
All right, so Dan and I are. This is the spinoff podcast from Totally.
You needed another geriatric.
It's called Old Men.
I really enjoy coming.
It's called Old Men Watch.
What was that?
Old police.
Old men watch old shows.
Yeah, old men watch old shows.
I pressed the one.
So
you youngsters need to learn what's good.
There you go.
So anyway, but it's a police procedural that to me feels more like an Assy McGee than like, let's say, like the SVUs.
They
and
were
stuff
all
like
that, yeah, because you had the gruff detective. You know, I play by my own rules. Don't tell me what I'm going to do.
Right.
You know,
with the loudmouth chief, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
So the beauty, the thing with this, and I dig what y'all are saying about it getting like a little old. I binged it over last night and today is what I did. And
God, I could have done that.
My favorite fuck thing about this show is that like when it ends abruptly sometimes to a point to where it also doesn't feel like the episode ends. Did anybody else get that?
Yeah, it's like it's always
It
sunny.
just stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. It to a point to where there's like no resolution almost. What was it like?
I did that more in the first season. I did this. I feel like the second season is why I liked it better. I thought it started.
Well, I
with,
thought
like,
I could hack this thing out like afternoon because the first season was like 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And I got through those. Then when I saw there was like 4, it took me a long time to get through the second season. I'll just tell you.
I was
Not that I didn't enjoy it, but I mean, like I said, a steady diet. There was too much ass.
There's no such a thing. So.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll watch this quickly.
Even though I think some of my favorite episodes were in like that. Oh shit, the air marshal episode. Gosh,
the one where he's like
he's getting drunk with the pilots. And he's like, flight 454 to Kentucky. Oh, that's mine. Dude's tripping over everything. Getting pissed drunk because that was the thing. This was what shot. What was this? The mid 2000s, like
yeah. This is 2006 or 2007.
But man, it was so damn fun. He's on the plane talking to the stewardess, and it's like, have you ever made love with a air marshal in a lavatory before?
In the right? And
yes,
the guy,
I have. He's wearing a world's greatest grandpa shirt. Love with the world's greatest grandpa. And I swear that joke is so simple. Maybe because I am old and a dad. That's the funniest thing I thought I'd ever heard in my life.
The best though is the guy beside him when he's like, "Hey, leave her alone," And he's like, "Who are you? What are you doing?
Business of
pleasure. Business pleasure. Business. Oh, you think you're better than the rest of us? Think you're better than all of us?" Like,
and then he starts talking about some movie because he pulls out a .357 revolver and he's like, "My 9mm Beretta is going to teach you a few things. I'm going to tell you how the air marshal is going to do to have sex with a stewardess."
And then his buddy's in Coach.
Yeah, and he's like, why have I got to go to Coach? Because you're a Mexican.
So that's the other thing. I mean, like if we back it up just a little bit, right? It's Sanchez and Assy. Assy's the wild card, and then fucking Sanchez is like his straight laced.
Yeah,
right,
straight laced by the book.
And that's where I built my whole theory on, because it's like he finally cracked.
Right.
And then he's either in a coma and this is going through his head, or he's like the dream sequence, like they're at the end somewhere where he got his legs cut off and he actually had a torso for a short amount of time.
Yeah. I gotta say, Dan, that theory does make me want to like go back and look at it through that lens.
With that in your brain, go back and watch it, and you're going to love Assy Mcgee.
Yeah.
You're going to fall in love with Ass.
Yeah, because Assy is just annoying Sanchez. All he's doing is hurting his kids constantly.
Yeah.
Okay.
He shot him in the damn leg. Remember?
And then
he's like,
baseball bat.
Little fat kid with us. We're going to,
So there's a point too, and it's very real. It's very, very real. Like when Assy is fucked up, when he's drunk, when he's whatever, it is impossible to understand him. Like,
and even like, see, I learned from my daughter to keep captions on the TV.
Yeah.
Right.
So that I don't have to rewind it. And she taught me that. And so half the time it would just be like blah 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 blah. It would completely be gone.
Yeah.
And is anybody else here Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, yeah. Now that you say that, yeah.
I thought it
all that shit. It sounds exactly like it's just a bad impersonation of Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I was assuming he did. What's that Stallone movie? Cobra.
Yeah. Oh,
I was getting those
movies.
Getting those vibes.
So
yeah,
and I know it's that guy, Larry. What's his nuts? I forget his last. Huh?
Larry Murphy.
Got it. I know it's him, but at first I really did think it was John Benjamin. Even though, I know
me too. And he's also on a thing. He's the.
All right, remember you talked. There's a barbecue guy. I don't know who these people are.
Okay, so
you have to fill me in.
I don't know
from Bob's Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a show.
Also,
Like I
he's
told
on
Ben
literally
about.
every Adult Swim show.
Yeah, you're right.
Every Adult Swim.
Well, see, that's
show.
another weird thing. I've not seen a lot of Adult Swim stuff.
Have you seen Archer? That's the same guy.
Oh,
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah, that's Archer. This is John Benjamin.
Let me just really quick before you complete, Ben, just do my quick flex here. I met John Benjamin and Larry Murphy when I went to watch Bob's Burger being recorded, because Larry Murphy is Ted from Bob's Burger.
Oh, he's
Very
Ted.
cool.
That's awesome.
He's also other
Very
voices
cool.
too, but yeah, they're super nice people.
that's amazing. So when you met them, and now it's a total sidebar. Leo,
I wish I
this-
knew Assy Mcgee at that time. He would have been like, "What?"
So can we
You watched
thank
this?
Assy Mcgee for getting us Bob's Burgers?
yes.
Oh, yeah, we probably can. Right?
I mean, well,
But how about the other shows though? Like, what was the one he's the coach.
Oh, home movies. Yeah, there was home movies.
Yeah.
But this is in between though, or around. Yeah, this is after, I think. So.
was Larry Murphy also on Home Movies?
I don't know.
Okay, but like at the end of the day, though, man, like that's a huge flex, Leo. Huge flex.
Thank you.
But the idea that those guys, and without any of us doing any research, in theory, let's say they met on Assy Mcgee, and then what is it? Just a few years later, they're working together again on fucking Bob's Burgers. That, to me, that's what you do. Like, that's the idea. You find your people, you keep working together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You keep moving in that direction, in that space. And
every now and then invite a guy that has nothing to do with it anybody does. He might be a cook.
Dan,
I'm gonna
make barbecue sauce and grill.
Has nothing to do with the movie industry, cartoon whatsoever. And just bring him along for the hell of it.
It'll absolutely work
do
out in
that
your
too.
favor for sure. Yep.
Everybody needs catering. Period. And I mean, you can ask Leo and you can ask James because they went out to get catering from a place in New York, Shitstern, constantly.
Hidalgos.
Hidalgo.
I love them.
I mean, I did. I enjoyed those meals.
I enjoy a lot of the food. I don't know why people are bitching about. I heard that previous trauma movies there was like a weird rice and chicken every day.
Yeah, they were happy to have us too. They never complained once.
Hidalgo's was good food. It really was, and they had a diverse.
These are people who've never been hungry.
Yeah, But here's the thing though, bro. Like, you need catering, you need food, and if James and Leo were coming back sort of to you, and we had like a diverse menu once again, if they were associate producers on anything else that we did, they would be coming to the shop to pick up our food.
Yeah.
So it's
If you're
the same thing.
we cater you every day.
You've done fucking, what is it, like 3 or 4 of our shorts now plus the feature? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're
That's like I
a
said, that's
food
my
guy.
goal. You do a shithouse show, you're gonna get fed well.
You're gonna get some big dance somewhere in there. Like, you're showing up.
Ben, really quick here. I just did like a quick IMDb search.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Larry Murphy is on one episode of Home Movies, and that came before Assy.
Got it.
And they did other stuff too, like
Was he-
Aqua Teen, Hunger Force. There's like another
Got it.
one. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
so
a
the
couple of-
creator of this show, he did create, didn't he? Yeah, he was a writer on Aqua Teen, and he was a writer on something else too that was pretty big.
What about John Benjamin Needs a Van? Or John Benjamin Has a Van? Was Larry Murphy ever associated with that?
Yes, he is Detective Murphy.
If you guys haven't seen it, it is not animated. John Benjamin Has a Van
I've heard
is, Nicole, it is one of the greatest things
it
that
a movie?
Comedy Central.
It was a show.
No, It's a TV show that Comedy Central put out. It's literally like John Benjamin in a van. And it is one of the most absurd things you have ever seen in your life. It is fucking delightful.
I'll have to check it out. The
You
Leo,
have to.
you said you were going to Simon Cowell this a bit. I mean, what's your feelings on it?
I feel like I had a different experience than everybody because I didn't like in the beginning and didn't like at the end.
So you were consistent throughout.
Stay
unlike-
consistent.
I'm the biggest ass here. Just saying.
Okay. You couldn't find humor
Nice.
in the flirty black man.
Yeah.
My God,
Dude,
that
flirty
was
black
so
man.
funny. I mean, he comes out with the stubble on his ass. He's worked so hard to find, and he just creates the stupid thing. Oh my gosh!
I don't know. Like I feel like maybe I had to do like Big Dan did. Maybe I should have watched more and acquired the taste.
Or maybe if you just create your own scenario in the background. This is why this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was that
to make the show better.
You just make up your own story. Now you like it.
that theory will definitely probably help next time I watch it. Yeah, absolutely.
But just the it's the one-liners. It's what everybody's saying, kind of in the background. I think is what I enjoyed the most. It's the subtleties. Like if you know, like the flirty black man was talking about it, the art show guys. He's bringing the kids up, and he's like, when Abraham Lincoln laid his eyes on this painting, he sat down and wrote the first draft of the Emancipation Proclamation, and it's this little gay black dude wearing a uniform, and that's what gave him that inspiration. And then when it was gone, he's like, I have no will to live, and he goes just pow,
And he fucking blows his brains
and
out.
that little girl sitting there, and it freezes right, and that's just, man, it's comedy, dude.
It's
Funny.
so for me, and like Leo, I do want to hear what the turnoff is, because for me at a certain point, like literally during that, the painting for me, it was more like how do I put it? The painting is gone. Now I have no reason to live. This has been my whole existence. I guess I'm just gonna blow my brains out in front of these school kids. To me, that's one of the funniest things I ever saw. Yes, flirty black man.
Because what art director doesn't, pack heat?
I mean,
ready to go. If you got to off yourself when a painting gets missing, you got to be ready to go.
There was one time I worked a job where, I probably might have talked about it in the show, but I had to rig a sky panel over a $7 million painting. And and it took this guy 8 years to make.
Oh my god!
If I would have fucked that up, I would have screwed up 8 years of this guy's life.
Damn.
Like in a minute, Luckily I did.
You would definitely should hit the brains.
Yeah.
But I feel like here and there was like one joke that I like that I would like. I one thing I kind of like on the show is the intro. Kind of get like the SNL old detective.
It's fantastic.
Kind of
it did. I thought that Saturday Night Live. It looked just like the old Saturday Night Live coming on.
Yeah.
The back alleys, the grudge, the dirt, the steep,
Yeah, the music was perfect. Yep.
Oh,
Also,
it's
I think
in my
there
head
was,
right
like-
now. It's catchy as shit.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Or even like the lieutenant, I guess it is. He's always on the phone.
Yeah.
Listen to what he's saying before he hangs up.
I guess I never noticed. Yeah.
There's where you're missing, dude. It's the nuance.
I don't know if maybe
you can't play it in the background and enjoy this. This
yeah,
is something.
I think that was my problem.
You know how you can have Bugs
was
Bunny
trying
in
to
the
do
corner
both.
and love it without even looking at it? This isn't that show.
No,
You've got to listen to what's
you
going
gotta
on.
listen to the ass.
Yeah, you've got to
You gotta listen to the ass.
watch the ads.
No, yeah,
I mean,
that's definitely my problem.
Because there's like that one episode too where we find out that the police chief is actually jacked. He has like a ton of tattoos.
Yeah, I think that's the last one.
Is it the last one? I just remember answering the door and he's just like
was it-
ripped.
One with like and Throw Me the Squirrel make an appearance in that one.
But my favorite Assy line, I think it's in the first episode. Yeah, it's the John Adams one. The guy's like, I'm an actor. And he's like, good. Play dead.
Oh, in that first episode. Yeah, I agree. That was hilarious. That was so fucking weird.
And we haven't even touched on how, again, kind of goes back to my theory, how often he would end the show singing opera or playing the piano or singing like the one where the Irish wake. He's like, "Oh, Danny boy," I mean, he's so again like this guy was perfect. He could sing. He was a walking ass. The whole thing. I've wrapped it up in a nice little package for you guys, dude. That's what's up with that Assy Mcgee.
Yeah, I mean that theory checks out. Yeah, the Danny Boy episode when because he shoots the bartender, right? That they have their funeral for.
Yeah. He shoots everybody.
He shoots the one where he's like at the amusement park. Like, you got to be this tall, you got to be this dead.
There's
you got to be this dead.
There's like the one where he kills when like Sanchez is like, no, I'm just like breeding horses, and then he just like kills the kid's horse.
Yes, just shoots the horse.
How do you guys not think this is the funniest fucking show in the world?
I mean,
I don't know. I
don't
was like
know, because whatever.
watching the background, so maybe that was my problem.
Because I
I
don't
feel like
want
the
to look
animation threw me off. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, if you really wanna know
you
the
can't
real answers,
casually
because-
observe this show and appreciate what's happening.
No, what's the real thing, Nicole? Give it. What is it?
It's like I mean, I feel like the fact that it's repetitive is truly the reason. It's just like, all right, like I'm tired of this ass. I'm tired of this ass.
A show called Assy
Yeah.
Mcgee, you don't want to see any ass.
No
It's the-
more. I don't.
is it
Yeah,
the-
no more. I don't need to watch any more Assy McGee. I get it.
Need,
I get it.
But like,
already.
imagine
is it the-
if
well,
he
let's
thought
go
like
on there.
Sanchez thought his
Time
partner
out.
was
Time
a
out.
dick.
I got real
fucking-
questions. I got real questions. Hang on. Is it because it was is it because the main character was an actual ass? Like, you got tired of just looking at a naked butt?
Oh no, I guess it's just like
Okay.
I don't like. I feel like I said it before. I just don't think it was well executed. Like, I don't think it was that funny. Like, it was like and I think that Leo made a similar point where like there were a couple of lines that like I thought were laugh out loud funny, but like I think it was leaning a bit too much on the ass being like the main joke and carrying that through, which I wasn't
Well,
crazy
see, I think
about.
That's where you missed it. It's by
So-
far that's not the main joke. The jokes are constantly coming all around, and it's just what the little like. Did you like the 9/11 that we've talked about? I lost a cousin in 9/11. That's all right. He was a bum.
Oh, yeah.
What was he, like a tax evader? No, he was like a hobo. He wore socks on his hands.
So
like let's pour one out for him. Like, oh no, I just poured slushy in my suit. My shoe.
so
Man.
so
Gosh.
the other thing that I'll ask, and I love it because like this is what I think, like true discourse is sort of built on, and I think this in Leo's is sort of last official on-air episode that's not sort of pre-recorded. I think this is the nuts and butts of what we do. Like for me, one of the bigger jokes throughout the whole thing, because in my personal opinion, those fucking police procedural shows are repetitive.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's the same show over and over every week. Yeah,
But they're like
Every
entertaining. Like they're well.
more
like,
entertaining with
done.
an ass with legs.
like police procedural shows. I actually like. I don't watch any of those Law and Order shows.
I can't stand them.
Yeah, I find them
I
so
can't
boring.
stand them.
Like, the closest thing
I
to
mean,
like
I will never take away from anyone that enjoyed Assy McGee in my entire life. Who the fuck am I to do that? All I'll say is that Assy McGee is not for me.
Hey,
How about that,
That's
y'all?
cool. No, you can like what you like,
But no.
and it's cool.
But what I'm trying to get at, I guess, Nicole, is sort of this, is more or less along the lines of what draws you into a procedural, right? Because as a fan of those procedurals, and I've watched them, there are a few that I really enjoy. I fucking love true crime.
Now, let me say this, and I agree
I'm
with
not
Ben
gonna
on
lie.
that. Well, I want to say this, and it could be the disconnect. He was bringing up Hunter, and if you think about like one of my favorites all time, A-Team guys, that was the same show every week.
Every
just
week.
a different situation. So yeah, it was repetitive, but we grew up in the 80s and 90s. So you grew up with a different class, it was kind of the same thing every week, but they amped it up a little. We literally got the same show every week with
Every
a different bad guy doing the same thing, the same jump.
But
I watched a lot of
hang
Walker,
on.
Texas Ranger growing up. I mean,
Yes.
it was a lot of
Yes.
Chuck Norris just kicking ass every
Hot-bellied ninja cowboy.
Yeah. Ninja Cowboy.
But the big question though, I guess sort of like and I'm not, I don't want to be contentious or anything along those lines, but I guess sort of the question that I have is like, is there a point in Assy McGee where you feel like they really sort of missed the ball? Because it's like
yeah, I guess that's really what it is that like there's a lot of things that were well executed.
Sure.
And still, because yes, like it captured the essence of like a great repetitive procedural well, in the sense where it's like a cop story every episode, right?
Sure.
Different one every episode. The concept of like having an ass that, like, as we like had mentioned, like no one calls attention to that. Like the world accepts that he's an ass. That is very
Yes, that's
funny.
why I had to create my own scenario. If I hadn't done that, I may be in your boat.
I mean,
Where I live in a
guys
world
watch with that in mind.
where I live
So-
in a world where he looks normal to everybody except for Sanchez. Like, let's go back to the side.
And we also never got a second ass person.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sometimes in these shows, you'll get like a second whatever.
Well, even they show pictures of his family in the background. Sometimes it's him and his mom. It's like his mom and dad, and this little ass with a hat. So he's always been an ass.
Can I just like real quick bring focus to one visual in the final episode? I want to say it's in Squirrel, that I thought was amazing. So, and here's the thing that I think, two things. Number one, the first thing I think that Assy McGee does that a lot of procedurals don't do is they really take you into the home, right? Like modern procedurals.
What makes him Assy McGee? Why?
Right.
What happened to him? What?
They bring you into his home, into his personal life. So when he's getting just obnoxiously drunk, and when he's got that 5 o'clock shadow, that 5-day stubble, all of that shit, like on his butt cheeks, I think it's hysterical. You would see more of that in the late 80s, early 90s. You see less of that, I feel, in what I've seen of fucking like the CSI and all of that stuff. Now, I think so anyway. But again, I'm not steeped in those shows. Now, the other thing. So I guess sort of the other thing is you go in. My favorite visual in this whole show is when he goes to the massage parlor and the lady starts shocking him at the end of it,
Yeah.
And you see the face inside the butt. You see like the skull inside the butt.
Oh, I
when
missed
she's
that.
shocking. You can
it's like-
see Assy McGee's face.
That is a great. Like, I didn't notice that.
It's hysterical. Like, I was sitting here, like, literally right before we were about to go on, going like, that's like chef's kiss
And
to the whole
if you
thing.
pay attention too, sometimes because a lot of the times when they show the other side of him, it's just black. Like they like block him off. But there's
That sounds
sometimes where
great.
you can see a peek of some balls. A little
They're there because he uses them on a regular basis.
Yeah, so there's definitely a ball and dick on.
And that's
the side of
just him walking backwards everywhere and squatting down on the chair, and just farting in between all this. Oh, man! When he go into the corners, when they're looking for all the dead bodies, and like he's like, oh, they jacked my stiff. Oh, he jacked my stiff. Every time he looks in one, it's. I'm sorry, it's just funny.
Well, Big Dan,
I think you may have to have a lower level of need for entertainment because me and Bam know each other a long time, and we've always laughed at ridiculous shit. So you may just be too classy. Because let me tell you something, my wife wouldn't like this at all. There's no way she would watch this for a second.
I don't, because I was thinking that, and I was like, I don't think it's because, like, I love, like, poop humor. I love fart humor.
Which isn't really in this.
Nicole. Like
that's a good point. That's not really in this. You're right. It's just a butt.
I'm surprised, Nicole, because I thought like you would totally pick up. This would be your thing because it's just a butt that farts.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I do like when it comes to a good poop or fart joke. Like, okay, let's take literally, we know this one, all of us. Hashtag Shakespeare shitstorm really leans into the poop.
Yeah.
Like there's
just a little bit.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, only at the beginning, really though. Only at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't spoil too much because I actually don't think it's on Watch Trauma now.
It's not anywhere.
It's not anywhere. But okay, so
I've never seen it.
It's like I don't think it's revealing too much to say that like it's a theme throughout the movie though. Like the poop's a theme. It's like even though
it's right in the title, kind of like Assy.
Yeah. That's a good point. Like as far as classiness goes, I don't know if I have it when it comes to poops and farts.
It's not classy, it's Assy.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're too classy for Assy. There you go.
Well, Ben, what you call it, Big Dan? Do you got a favorite episode though? Out of all these ones you saw,
I've got to go back to the air marshal one because it just cracks me. Because when he's helping the woman that's got the stomach full of drugs and he's just humping her, just try like he's helping her put the bag up in the carry on.
He's like kicking her in the shin. He's like,
and just that episode, he dresses this buddy up as a Jew, and oh gosh, I don't know. It's just it's I like several of them, and no, it's I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you brought it to my attention. I would never have seen this otherwise.
Yeah, I'm glad I just happened to fucking stumble upon it because when I found that Vince McMahon, there's like a video talking about that Vince cartoon, and then they said, well, there's this other ass cartoon. I was like, there are two ass cartoons. Like I didn't know about this Vince thing, and now there's a.
How do I not know this?
Yeah, and I had to like find this immediately. It's not streaming anywhere. You can only watch it on the Adult Swim website. Luckily for free, but it's only on the Adult Swim website. So
no, I highly recommend it.
And I didn't get any ads either, so shout out to the website for not giving me ads.
Oh, I had plenty of ads.
Me too. I was gonna say.
Did you see the weird the Assy ads with the
car
dealership?
So, like, that's the one thing. Like when you talk about repetitive, like that's what was really tuning me out in the second season. Was like all that.
I think it was a real ad. I think that probably aired because they were advertising those signed cars.
Yeah, I mean maybe I don't know, but like the first time I thought it was funny. Like I was like, oh, he's doing a car commercial. Then it's like. Damn.
Yeah, every time. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah, I got on my nerves.
And because it didn't do anything different. It was like the same car commercial over and over.
Yeah, every single time. He keeps getting shot.
I mean, Ben, do you know anything about these car commercials? They're not real commercials, right?
I do not think they are real commercials. But it's one of the funniest fucking bits.
I thought it got way too because it was just the same commercial they kept playing.
Well, I think what got on my nerves every time.
You watched it back to back, right?
Yeah.
So think about it. Originally, this is like weekly. You know what I'm saying? So like you would get that commercial going through. It sort of reminds me of like old bumpers to things. I have no idea where it stems from, why it is a thing. But if you were to watch this on, like, let's say every Saturday night at whatever time and it's brand new, oh, haha, they're doing the thing again. They're coming back from whatever.
Well, I guess too, right? Yeah, it would be like, oh, Assy Mcgee is coming back from commercial now. The second this is playing, or the opposite. Oh, we're about to go commercial, whatever.
We're going to commercial now. We're whatever.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
like Grandpa Jones telling us what for supper on Hee Haw.
Exactly. Like it's one of those things. However, it never changed, which I did think was a little weird. Like it'd be different if they.
It was funny at first, but yeah, watching the same ad, like 9 episodes, I was like, "Come on, give me."
Right, it gets old. It does. Not gonna lie, if they had mixed it up with 2 other commercials across that entire second season, and it was like 1, 2, 3.
Only thing
1,
I can figure is Sign had to be some kind of sponsor for them to use their actual logo, and for it to be so prominent. It's kind of like,
maybe.
Like a barbecue guy that wants to see his little pig on every corner of the screen.
Did you guys ever watch the Dana Carvey show?
No, but I've heard of it.
I've
In fact,
only,
you might have spoken about it.
I've seen the bit that got it canceled.
Did you watch the documentary?
What is that?
Yes, I've seen the doc.
Just,
Leo.
if you guys have Hulu, just watch. I think it was like Too Funny to Die or something like this.
I think I have seen this. I've seen the Bill Clinton bit, which I know that's the one that got him canned.
Yeah. It's like when Dana Carvey left SNL, he tried to create his own, and then he got like a bunch of new people in comedy that all end up being like huge after.
Yeah,
And-
like Steve Carell, fucking
Colbert,
Colbert.
Louis C.K. was like.
Oh wow.
Dino Stamatopoulos wrote for it for a while as well.
Oh,
Like,
Jimmy Fallon tried to get him, but Louis C.K. kicked him out.
yep. So there's a ton of big names attached to this, but Leo's right. Like the Bill Clinton suckling like 6 pups to a series of nipples across his chest is one of the opening bits. It's Dana Carvey as Bill Clinton going, and I'll suckle you each and every one of you. Give me them puppies. And then he opens up his shirt and he's got all these nipples like down his chest, and they bring in literal puppies. And then the nipples on his chest start squirting milk.
Oh my goodness.
And the puppies
So
start
silly.
like licking the milk. And it'd be one thing if this was late night Saturdays, but it was fucking
It's like After Home Improvement or something like that.
after.
What? How did I
Okay,
miss
I guess
this?
that's kind of a different story.
They just
then,
keep
yeah.
saying like that they saw the audience, everybody wanted to see Dana Carvey because it was like a huge thing when he left, and then in the first bit they saw the audience like just like
And it's a total of what? Like it's either, I want to say it's like 6 or 13 episodes. It's somewhere in that mix. I think it's 6 episodes total. Maybe
I
8.
think the episodes are on Hulu too, if I'm not mistaken.
They very much are. Very much are. But the funniest fucking thing, and the reason I bring it up is it ties back to the notion that maybe that car place was an actual sponsor. Because there was a point where Dana Carvey knew he was getting canceled, but he had Mountain Dew come on as a sponsor for a night. And then they had these dancing Mountain Dew cans. And they were talking about yellow number 5 and how it kills your sperm count and all of this shit. So they left. Then Taco Bell comes on as a sponsor. They make fun of Taco Bell in the opening bit. They leave.
No, but like every episode, they keep changing the name of the show because it's like Taco Bell, then a Carvey show, and then like
And
That's hilarious.
The one that stayed on the longest was a local Chinese restaurant where the fucking writers would go and get their lunch each day. And it was just like Joey's Chinese restaurant in fucking wherever in New York. And it literally was some no-name corner spot that was getting ABC, full-blown ABC primetime fucking
Wow.
advertisements for nothing. For nothing. Because Dana Carvey was like, we need a sponsor.
That's too
Wow.
That's
Kinda cool.
amazing. And we got our sponsor
Oh, yeah.
here, Big Dan.
Yeah, there you have it. Full circle.
it's Big Dan started
Um,
Toonular.
funny.
It's
I don't, Leo, I mean, do you have any favorite episodes out of this? Did any of this stick out to you at all? Or you just hate
The thing is, like, I don't have because I really don't remember. I was mentioned before. I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't like when I started watching. The animation kind of threw me off, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna work and watch at the same time. And then I remember kind of vaguely, but if you ask me to retell a full episode, even though I was like binging for hours, I don't remember much. I remember one joke that I like. They're interrogating someone and it's like, you need to go by the book. It's like army leader and start like beating the guy.
And there's a lot of those in it. Like I said, it's hard. Now, I was luckily in a bronchitis coma over the weekend, so I could just kick back in my recliner and had it playing. So I was fully engaged. That might be why I like it so much. Is that it got my whole family was in Florida. My son is 18 with a girlfriend in a car, so I don't see him anymore. And so I'm here, sick by myself. Me and Assy Mcgee. This is the next Janis Joplin song.
Wow. Wow. Me and Assy Mcgee. Oh, wow, bro. Like, my brain just exploded.
Wayne says, hell yeah, brother.
Me
Also,
and Assy
this has
McGee.
nothing to do with the show, but
Good enough
I
for me.
just want to address that I was like away for a couple of minutes here. I went. I don't know. I hope my microphone was off, but like I needed to pee, and when I would try to open the door wasn't opening, and I got stuck inside the room. And then thank God Erin was back from the dinner she went, and then I was like texting her like, help me open the door. And then we spent like, I was like sweating and everything, and like trying to open this door and finally open, but we try everything. The knob is not turning. It was like a whole.
So you were just locked in your
No,
bathroom?
I'm locked in the living room where I'm recording right now. And I couldn't get out to pee, and I really needed to pee. I was like considering jumping out of the window, but then thank God it opened.
I just wish you'd pissed in a bottle then. Like
I was
that's
trying to finish my monster.
Because then James and I could have settled like our bet. I'm saying like this.
Oh.
You said like this.
No, you guys are all wrong. It's in Brazil only our S's are like big.
Does anybody here watch the Tacoma FD TV show?
I've watched some of it. It's very funny.
No.
I mean, I love those guys.
Well,
those
when you
Broken
watch
Lizard
it, they
guys.
call one of the guys Tuna.
Why do they call him Tuna?
We used to call them Chodes.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask if it had something to do with it being small on the smaller side.
Yeah,
But-
but thanks about that big round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tuna.
Okay. I interpret it as like it's so small, it's basically a vagina. Like it's not even there, so it's tuna.
No, it's like a tuna can. It's
a chode is like it might be like here-ish, but then it's like here-ish. You know what I mean?
like a Coke can.
Yeah.
I gotta say, if y'all haven't watched Tacoma FD, definitely worth plugging into that show. Yeah, because those
The
guys.
way y'all
they're
like
the,
to plug HBO Max, they're all on there.
Oh.
Beer
Yeah, I
Fest
know. I was
guys.
a little apprehensive, to be honest, because I love Broken Lizard. Love Broken Lizard. Even though their new movie on Hulu really sucks.
The Hunchback. Yeah.
It does?
Yeah,
Okay.
that movie
definitely
really
sucked. I agree.
Yeah. And then like I watched the Tacoma and I was like, man, this show's funny, but it still felt trapped in cable.
Yeah. I get
Like their humor doesn't be like, I don't know. It felt like more PG of their own humor than what they're normally.
That's a good point. Like their kind of mainstream version of their humor. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like the mainstream version of them, but I don't know. Maybe it's probably better than the shit they just put out. So maybe I'll give it a shot because that Hunchback movie is
it's
garbage,
terrible.
and I was so upset.
Also,
yeah, I was really.
I don't know, James, if you saw this, but like talking about Max, I saw Harley Quinn is about to come out.
Hell yeah! So we'll be talking about that.
And on Hulu, I saw a trailer for Futurama coming next month.
Yeah, I'm also so pumped. Futurama is one of my favorite shows.
I didn't know
ever.
Futurama was coming back.
Oh, it was like
No,
a
I
whole
didn't
thing
know
that
that.
they couldn't get Bender back, and then they got him, and now all the main actors are back. But from the trailer, it looked like all the themes are things that happened like 2 years ago. So it's like COVID stuff. I don't know. They're 1,000 years in the future, but I don't know. See what will happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it just because I love Futurama. So hopefully it doesn't.
I hope they have the
suck.
same
So
writers.
We'll see.
Like that's more important than the actors for Futurama.
Yeah, I mean, Futurama's gone up and down, but the last episode's really good, so I hope they can bring it back. But yeah, Assy McGee, man, what a show!
I can't even believe that Dan was like me and my Assy McGee.
Nah, 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 nah. When you need a buddy,
we need some
Assy McGee.
We need
Tell
a
you.
John Brennan to make a music.
That's the greatest thing
yeah.
I think I've ever heard in my whole fucking life. Like, it's like it's ripe for a parody. Actually, Loki, I feel like I owe you
Good enough
all
for
an
me.
apology that our sponsor had to come up with that, and I couldn't deliver that
I can do more than cook. Come on, guys.
at the start of the show. I feel bad.
I mean, clearly you can do more than cook, Big Dan, because I mean, you've been doing a podcast recently.
have.
That's true.
I have.
Yeah, I mean, talk about that for a minute. I mean, what made you want to start doing the
honestly,
podcasting?
Even in the barbecue world, I don't know if y'all drop some names that you may or may not know.
Who's famous?
Yeah,
in the
like,
barbecue world?
yeah, you know, you got Malcolm Reed and Matt Pittman, all these guys that are making a fortune on YouTube just cooking. And I want to give a shout out to Josh Dolan, because when I met him, talking to him one time, I was talking about how cool it would be to kind of mesh horror and barbecue. And his advice, everybody write this down. He said, then you should do it.
Yeah.
Hey.
And, you know, and so I agree. So I want to get my foot into media in some form or fashion. And what's fun about this is,
wait,
podcast
Metia?
Yes, Metia.
Metia is murder.
Good.
I love horror movies. But I've never deep dived like you guys have. You know, my deep dive is a little somewhere else. Like, you can pick up a steak. I can tell you what part of the cow it came from and how you get there. Okay? Where a movie, like my favorite movie, I probably can't tell you the director or half the actors' names. So what's fun about this is the name of the podcast is Eat With Your Eyes. I'm the eat portion. I created a dish for a movie picked by one of the co-hosts, and one of them is here with us tonight. Ben is never committed, but happens to have been on every single one. Just he gets to eat like a champion.
I refuse. Here's the deal. I refuse to commit. Refuse to. I'm not going to. One podcast, one movie. Like, this is it. That's what I can do. If I happen to be available when Dan records, I'll record. That's the way I choose to look at it. That's the way I choose to look.
You
at
just
it.
go
breezy.
for the food.
Very breezy. But also online, I've got Liz and her husband Brandon Lane. One of the two will always be on. They've become good friends. Actually, the song that comes on before the show, he wrote for me. He's a talented dude. And Jazz was one of the brainchilds. I hit her up early on about doing this. She moved out of Tennessee and got busy, so she's going to come on when she gets a chance. So between all of us, we've had we're going to actually record our third show on the 2nd. So our 4th of July episode will be coming up this weekend. Ben, I guess you're going to be there. You ate the food.
Can you give a little sneak peek of what's happening on this 4th of July?
Yeah, so first episode, I don't know if you guys have listened to any of them. The first one we had Blood Diner. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie.
Love that movie.
It's a great movie. And there's a scene where they have, there's a big fat guy eating the greatest veggie burger he's ever had, which is really just made out of people. And so I created my own veggie burger that was really just a meatball burger. And then, of course, we watched Sleepaway Camp 2. I got kind of on the nose with that one. We had Angela's Missing Wiener, which was a very, very... Ben, explain that chili dog because you ate 4 of them.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to explain. And correct me where I am wrong. So it's a general sort of sausage blend, however, seasoned with Big Dan's sausage seasonings throughout. then encased in the intestine of some poor animal. I don't know what animal you chose, if it's like lamb, if it's something you personally led to the slaughter. Regardless, the sausage is mixed up, stuffed up, Big Dan's Tennessee fucking sausage seasoning inside of this. From there, it is cooked. The chili, we're using your chili powder, your general all-purpose seasonings. It is soaked in Big Dan's love. From there, inside of the chili, did we add some onion to this? We did, right?
I don't remember what all you put on yours.
Well, yeah.
However, there's always a theme. The whole idea is
the notion is that this was Angela's penis that ultimately got cut off for.
So our third episode, we picked Killer Clowns Outer Space.
You say penis, and Big Dan's like, I don't want to talk about penises. That is.
I do love Killer Clowns from Outer Space too, though. You all have picked really good
glad
movies.
that one was picked because I don't pick the movie. Somebody gets to pick the movie.
Penis is
and
not
I pick, and this one was kind of hard. Oh, there we go.
Not a Big Dan deal. Penis is kind of hard. But it's not a.
That's right. So this one was kind of I had to do a carnival theme, so we're getting a popcorn burger on a pretzel bun covered. What do you get with a soft pretzel? You either get mustard or cheese sauce. So I did a combination of the two. Made a mustard cheese sauce. Excuse me, guys. And we'll see how everybody liked it. We'll talk about it this week.
Hell yeah! I mean, I'm jealous. I wish I can try the shit. But you have a recipe, right?
You can
look
that's
the recipe.
That's the fun part. You can make the food yourself. The recipe will be available. We stop the movie several times. Anytime there's something worth talking about, we stop it. We talk about it, and we just have a lot of fun sitting around eating, talking. And everybody gets some education. I'm trying to teach people how to cook, and they're educating me on movies. You know, I learned a lot about some of my favorite movies because, between Liz and Ben and Jazz and Brandon, these guys know so much about movies and the makings of them. And, that's the fun part. Everybody learns a little something.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah. So hopefully soon. So 4th of July, we'll keep a lookout for that episode. I don't know. Let's go around this circle now. Start talking about Assy Mcgee. Ben, as our resident fan, as our resident guy who's seen a bunch of this, what are your final thoughts, feelings, and what do you got for us? What are you giving it? Also, wait, before
we get to this, there's other business to address, right, James? We've got people who have sent beautiful notes.
Well, before
my
that,
son is
though,
in the chat too.
we have fine. Well, I was gonna do the videos after the thoughts, but all right, we can do it now. I'll play it now because this video was sent to us by the good old pals over in the Freaky Secrets tour. We got Reeves, Joshua, John Burgio, and Lucky sent us a little video. No, I was told that the Reeves ran out of memory while they were shooting it.
He's smoking too much.
So
weed.
I think the video comes off a little angrier than I think it's meant to be because clearly there was a bit at the end that was not existent. But here we go. This was for Josh.
You youngsters need to learn what's good.
Leo!
What's up?
What the hell, man? You leaving? Why you leaving the show?
Don't go breaking my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my video of the week. Leo, you can't leave because I can't listen to Ben. You have to stay. Otherwise, I'm boycotting the show.
Yeah, man, you're the sexy linchpin, dude, that keeps it all together. What are you doing?
The Antonio Banderas of podcasting.
Yeah, have fun on Completely Cartoony or whatever it is you're doing now.
It's Toonular Toonular. Podcast start next week.
I don't know. I really am gonna lean into fucking Reeves's pitch for Completely Cartoony. Leo, when
you're gonna rival your own show.
Totally anime. It's like Ben and I.
Yeah.
Ben didn't tell you yet, but
anything anime.
Anything anime. Leo and I record on Saturday. James,
It's just Pokemon.
yeah, and I'll be announcing my resignation probably next week on Wednesday. I don't know. Well,
And you got to listen to next week to find out. All right, but in honor of Leo leaving, I kind of accidentally played it earlier, but we got a new soundbite, and it's a new rating system now that I have decided. So we all know the normal rating system. If you don't like a show, you give it the old, right?
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
And if you like the show, you also give it a
Succeed.
Now, if you really love this show, like the way we all love Chirpy, like if you're at that level of awesomeness,
yeah.
This is what you get.
I really enjoy coming. Okay. I always enjoy it, dude. I really enjoy coming. You need to have like a worse than Derek too, and be like, I fucking hate this shit.
Yeah, I kind of thought that you would have something that's you hate it completely for Leo.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there.
That's
the middle.
That's the
Neutral.
Leo rating. This is horrible.
We need a neutral rating.
Give it a Leo.
Neither people are there.
So yeah, but neutral gives too many
Okay,
options.
neutral
you
would
gotta,
be something like
gotta be defined.
All right, but I was gonna say I don't like despise this show, but I don't love it. I'm neutral. I'm right in the middle.
yeah, like I kind of agree with Nicole on this one because I came to hate the show, but Big Ben told me like.
Well, we're getting a little off track here, though. Let's go around the circle, though, before we all start
circle
spewing out.
The circle.
Well,
on
feels
Netflix.
like coming.
Who's gonna come on the cookie first? If we're playing
Ben.
Ookie Kookie, I've just busted a fat load all over this show, James. I'm here for Assy Mcgee all day long.
So
I really enjoy
really
coming
enjoy coming.
in the Assy. Yeah. I really enjoy.
Oh my
coming.
god. Could the neutral one be just me and Assy Mcgee? How about that? Cause it's like, you know what? When in doubt, just me and Assy McGee.
Well, if it's neutral, then you gotta give it a success. You know? Then it's
No,
a
it's
success.
not. You can.
There's no neutral. Life is not neutral. We gotta.
It's just
It's
me
the
and
middle
Assy
path.
McGee.
Yeah, you need to learn Buddhism or whatever. It has like the middle
Yeah, there you
path.
go. Exactly. There you go. I am.
But
How
remember,
much say?
if you say you really enjoy coming, man, you must love the shit out of the show. You know, you can't be using this lightly. You know, you can't just be giving it to every show we like. You know, that's the
My
prize.
unofficial one.
That's
It's me
big
and
prize.
Assy McGee. There we go. Unofficial.
Big Dan. Why do you? So I'm giving you an
Me?
A.
All right. It's just me and Assy
That's-
McGee. How about that? At the end of the day.
Big Dan, what
Oh
are your
yeah, it
final
was
thoughts? What do you
definitely
give it?
good enough for me and Assy McGee.
There you go.
I really enjoy. I mean,
No, I absolutely loved this, man. Like I said, I was sicker than shit, and it was literally me and Assy McGee. So he brought me through, and I give it a
But you give
I give it a
success or you
slice and a huge Leo coming.
You know what? Me and Assy McGee is the rating more than neutral. It's like the, you know what? You had my back and I appreciate you show. So just me and Assy McGee.
Succeed.
James is like, fuck you, Nicole. Stop with these fake ratings.
I mean, and Nicole,
It's like I tried to add one more, and you just keep piling on.
like if you didn't enjoy it, that's fine too. If it's a chore, you know, that's the biggest thing. It's
And
so
it's an ass cartoon. You get this shit all over it.
yeah,
yeah.
truly. like live yo life. Hot grill summer. Don't
Hot girl summer.
don't you know what I'm saying? If it is garbo to you, it's fucking Greta. Like live.
Sometimes shows are just neutral to me. Sometimes This is the
then
debate
it
I'm
gets
trying
a
to make.
success.
Whatever. I don't need to talk about this right now. We can talk about.
I think that's what we're
She's come
supposed
to
to talk about.
I bet you're the first person to cry over Assy Mcgee. I'm here to say.
It's just me. Tears for me and Assy Mcgee and
So,
Leo
and so
leaving. It's
Assy's
very
got one of those
emotional.
onion asses. You've heard that saying before, hadn't you?
Onion
Onion ass?
asses.
Yeah. Ass
No,
looks
what's
so
that?
good it makes me cry.
Oh, I know.
That's what.
Gotcha.
That's what Assy Mcgee is apparently. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, my final thoughts. I'm just gonna give it a
Success.
because I do find it funny, but it also is definitely
But you
kind of
didn't
repetitive
come.
at times. I didn't come.
You,
It didn't make me
You're a
come.
little blue.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm all blue down there from this show. Because yeah, I don't know. It was funny. It just got repetitive. Like I said, I had to take a break. I was like, I'm watching too much of the show. I need to watch anything else right now, and I had to just get off it for a bit. But no, it still made me laugh. It's just definitely the dumbest, like ridiculous show I've ever watched in a good way. And I'm glad Adult Swim exists to make shows like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
for
point.
sure.
like
Good testing
it.
space.
As far as parody goes, for me, like I think it hits like sort of a high watermark for parody. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
Like it's exceptional for what it's trying to do. It may not be everybody's bag of beans, but fucking like shitty, horrible human as a detective. There was an aside, and it's early on, where the chief is talking to the whole fucking department, and he looks at Assy and he goes, and when you can piss clean again, he's talking about his urine test coming back clean. Otherwise, you're riding that desk. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking a ball-breaking son of a bitch. I thought that was even just
What I like to imagine the pitch for this show. And he's like,
what do you want
again,
the
like,
pitch?
and like he brought up a good one, Hunter. Like, pick any detective, rough around the edges, unshaven, pick
be hard,
this show.
Dirty Harry.
Okay, now he's an ass with legs,
right,
that shoots everyone he sees and gets away with it. Then it's like, how does he shoot his gun? Magically.
He just has invisible arms.
Yeah, there's no answer for
Do
anything.
you think
It's
he'd
just-
turn and put his pants down and show like that's how it's gonna look?
and he just like bends around and holds his legs, like he's like, you're not gonna see it. I sent an IMDb link to Hunter, just so you guys understand like what it is that we're sort of talking about.
All right.
And this show is magic. Like, I'm not gonna pretend. This show and a fucking show called The Equalizer from the late '80s, early.
Well, that's like those Denzel movies that are so good.
Oh my god!
That's
Isn't
where
like
it
a
came
TV
from.
show now with
No, it's old, man.
No, it's like Queen Latifah doing.
Oh
it.
yeah, how
but
stupid
no,
is
you
that
want the
crap,
one
man?
from,
You
like-
got an elderly old woman out there.
You
don't
want
get
you
me
want
started
like
on that.
89 through like 94ish, I think, for Equalizer. Maybe a little earlier for that. But
Well, I mean, I've seen the movies, and the Denzel movies are pretty
They're
awesome.
fantastic.
Uh,
There's some of those movies I can watch at any point that they're on. Both of them. Good.
I think there's a third one, is there not? Or they're
I
coming
think
out with
there
a third
might be one brewing. I'm not sure. I only know of two.
Yeah, but man, that's Assy Mcgee, man. Yeah, show's fucking
You're
funny.
not,
I'm
gonna
into
ask
it.
what I thought then because you didn't
Leo,
let me talk
what
about the
did
circle.
Leo on your last show? What did you think?
Thanks, man. That's why we're gonna have a spin-off.
Even though you interrupted
This
earlier.
is why we are on Completely Cartoony and we only discuss amazing.
Completely cartoon.
And I had another podcast that I just discovered here from Joey telling me that we're gonna start a father-son cartoon podcast also.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
I'm gonna be a frequent guest on that as well.
Okay.
Well, what's your thoughts, Leo? What do you
So
say?
I wanted to go in
what do you got?
the middle path, but you said that we can because
doesn't
like
exist.
I didn't like, but like Big Dan opened my eyes to try again. But since I haven't tried again, it's like a Derek or I totally fucking hate this kind of. If you want to use soundbite,
Wait. Give it to us clean, Leo. One time clean.
I totally
On your
fucking
way
hate
out.
it. Oh, sorry.
Totally clean. Dan, stop it. I know you sponsors. Stop it. Leo, totally clean. One time.
I totally fucking hate this. But also, I'm glad that James at least got this. I don't know from where this audio came from, but it's better than the one from Toxic Crusaders at least. So.
And then they
Yeah.
this guy.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like it, but I like people involved and I appreciate the effort. And maybe I try again and see if I like with actually paying attention fully to the cartoon.
Well, now I'm still giving it.
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, man. Leo, as we wrap up here, let me say goodbye. I know next week's episode we pre-recorded it, so you give your big speech there. But man, Leo, fuck, I can't believe you're leaving. I mean, when we started Shitstorm, we talked about doing a Star Wars podcast. We talked about doing podcasts for a while. So it's crazy to do this to you for 2 years, and then now you're leaving us. It's like the member of the band leaving. It's never the same,
I know, but
it's
like I
Is
told
there
you
a
guys.
Yoko Ono involved in this?
No, I'm actually the guy before the Beatles started because I was telling them on the pre-recording
right.
What
every
nobody talks
band
about.
has like
What's his
a
name?
drummer
Pete-
that leave before
Pete West. You're
they
Pete
get
West.
famous.
Or Pete Best. Pete
Yeah,
Best.
who is the other guy that was in like Nirvana before
Yeah, there
Dave
was
Oh,
Grohl?
that
he's
guy.
one of the
That was
Melvins.
what's his face? The guy from Blink-182 before Travis.
No,
He's always the guy.
Dale. It's Dale Grover, I think. He's the drummer for the Melvins. He helped Nirvana out on their first record, and then Nirvana became Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we are not Nirvana because we don't got Leo. I won't be in a Nirvana without Leo.
Oh, you would definitely get in Nirvana. I know you guys. I was the weight that was keeping you guys submarine in the bottom. So you guys gonna float now.
It's gonna implode.
So it is. We're like a
There you guys
submarine,
go.
Dan. You're right. Yeah, we're about
And
to.
now we're
implode.
gonna soar? Absolutely fucking
Wow.
not.
You guys gonna become billionaires.
No, hardly. What are you talking about?
I would trade all that money
I
to
need
have you on the
money.
show.
Do you
Like,
have
also,
money?
I told you guys I'm just being demoted to Hall Toonies. So it's not that I'm never gonna come here. And if you want to do a limited series, James, on Star Wars, there is like something that it's just like for a couple episodes.
Yeah,
we can do a totally
I
Star
can't do a
Wars.
Star Wars episode without you. Yeah, I can't do a Star Wars episode without you, Leo. I'm glad we finally got to talk about. It's like you talked about Clone Wars, and you're like, all right.
I
now I'm
was
done.
two. I
Peace
was
out.
2 years waiting for that, and then I'm like, I don't need this anymore.
I got what I was looking for here. Peace out.
I literally just wait 2 years for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Leo. It fucking blows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
didn't want to
Ben,
pass.
Nicole. Ben, Nicole. What are your final thoughts? To
One at a
Leo?
time. Let's go one at a time. Ben, you go first. Or Ben.
Nope.
Or
I don't care. Nicole, lead the way if you choose. If you want me to, I don't
I thought
care.
you meant I don't care. What?
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck you, Leo. Like you've been wonderful, but
Yeah,
fuck
don't
you.
let the door hit you in the ass.
Who needs you? No.
I'll
Like
go first, I guess.
no,
Since you
no, I
know
don't
more.
want to leave it at that.
Well, you know Leo better, so maybe you should go last because it'll be a good way to end. Leo,
Just someone
let,
go.
Leo, you
All right, look, I'll
been
jump in there,
incredible.
guys.
You've been,
Big
I'm
Dan.
talking
What are your
to
final
Leo. Leo, you have been such an incredible person to talk to about cartoons all this time. I'm so
Oh, thank
happy
you.
that we had this show together. It really makes me so sad that you're going, but it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. So thank you for all love you brought to Totally Toonular. It will be sincerely missed, but we I'll speak for everyone, wish you the best. But it is heartbreaking.
Thank you.
We do wish you the
And I know you guys are gonna, like I said, I'm gonna lift the weight out of the Totally Toonular so you guys can float. And
That's
yeah,
what sober
you
beans
guys-
are supposed to do, right? Float.
No.
It's the emergency thing. It's the
like
I don't want you
like,
guys to implode. I'm not gonna keep you guys down.
you like legit, dude. And it's a deeply it's a weird thing. Again, every week for like 2 years, like a little over. Like it's gonna be weird not touching base on a face-to-face thing. We do have our own sort of personal side quest, which I anticipate will continue because regardless of anything else, I know that you listen to this every Saturday when it comes out.
Oh hell yeah! When I go for my walk around the city with my camera, I'm listening to Totally Toonular.
Regardless of anything. So low key, listen for messages there. You can encode whatever you choose to.
Yeah, we'll have secret messages just for you. We don't-
I will desperately miss side questing. I will miss our ancient aliens. I will miss touching base on sort of these scenarios, these situations with you in particular, because Loki, I love James, I love Nicole. Big Dan's okay until he starts giving us real money instead of just food.
Oh, I got sauce, dude.
He's okay. He's all right. But like there's a connection there, and I love you dearly, and I will miss those moments, and I appreciate every second, every single fucking second that we've had to build on that. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys. I love you guys too, and this being like an honor to be here. And it's not like a complete goodbye. It's just
no.
Like
it's
just
it's not like you're like dying. It's not like
yeah, I don't know. Like we don't know the future. Maybe.
What are your final thoughts? I mean, as the only person here who hasn't met Leo,
I'm not done being emotional.
More!
No,
More! Don't let this episode end.
I do.
If it never ends, I never leave.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys letting me come on this last one for him. And it's true, we've never even spoke to each other. We've shared a few texts just so I can get his address. But
yeah, I mean, you know Leo as a fan.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, and an actual fan. Because man, I tell you, he cracks me up. He's got his timing is always right on point. And he does it. He drops it and lets it set. He does like, hey guys, did you hear me say that? I'm going to say it one more time. He knows how to pull. He's just there's a real talent there. And like I said, I am like a Burlington Coat Factory, and I'm also a client. I enjoy the show as much as I sponsor it, and now I've got the honor to be on it. So thanks again for entertaining for whatever reason, a barbecue guy is involved in this whole thing. But I love it. I consider you all good friends.
Yeah.
And thanks again.
You're okay for a kid I've known since 6th grade. You're all right.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, thank you, Big Dan, for joining us today.
Yeah.
He's been our sponsor now for about a year now, I would say, right or close to it.
Give or take, yeah, bro.
Yeah. So it's great to finally have you on as a guest too. Besides also running around cooking meatloaf on live, like it's finally great to have you.
That was one of the most fun nights I've ever had. Hey, I got a song written about my meatloaf. Come on, guys. What?
That's true.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
How many?
Well, the great.
That was really fun.
Joey here says, "You're not leaving, Leo. You're just Paul Walker somewhere off screen."
Wait.
You guys gonna be mentioning me, but I'm not there, but I'm there, kind of thing.
Well, you just
Yeah,
need to find
exactly.
somebody with his haircut that's always got his back to the screen.
You're like that friend that when you join a friend group, everyone talks about the friend they used to have that you don't know about and how great they were. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you never met blah blah blah, but they were the best. That's
Leo.
you for the rest of Totally Toonular.
So are you guys allowed to talk about it? What's the plan? Are you filling the seat? Are you going to run as a three-piece?
There hasn't been.
Say there is a plan because I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I'm just still trying to figure it out. Who's gonna do it?
Are you guys gonna do a whole like America Got Talent kind of
I
thing?
was about to say this could be a whole full-blown competition here.
Listen. I low-key have a pitch that I threw into a chat. I low-key have a pitch that I threw into a chat, and it's what the Stern Show did when Jackie the Joke Man Martling left before Artie Lang came on. So Jackie the Joke Man announced his retirement, and then they were like, well, we have to fill the Jackie seat. So we're in a situation wherein we have to fill the Leo seat. What you do is for the next like 2 years, you try people out. You give so-and-so like 3 months. You give so-and-so fucking, another 3 months. You give people an amount of time to fit into the dynamic, to see where they lay, whatever. And Artie hit that point. But they had everybody from the voice of like Ren and Stimpy, fucking Billy West, sat in the Jackie seat for a while. Like they had fucking
yeah, we're down. We'll find somebody.
One of the writers.
It's just hard.
They had fucking Benji.
You guys need to find someone with the bad accent that you don't understand half of what he's saying. What she's saying.
Beautiful accent. And,
My pitch is Lindsay Pesner or bust. That's
and
my pitch.
Fucking dick. Like that's
if I can pick the person sitting on my chair, I pick John Cena.
Oh,
that's a great.
shit.
There you go.
That's a great pitch, John Cena. If you're out there,
We wouldn't be able to see him. What are we going to do? We can't see him.
If we can't do yeah. That.
Well, that's luckily we're an audio podcast, so we can still hear him.
At least there's that.
Well, that was the idea behind Billy West. Is Billy West just fucking did voices? Yeah.
You'd have just Fry just chilling on your
Done.
show. Yeah.
All day long.
Or you can bring Lloyd.
Yes,
that would be
about
interesting.
And you know what? If you're out there and you're listening and you want to be a host for a bit, just send us an email. I don't know. I'll figure out. See who wants to.
Where can they send an email to, James? It's
wait. You can also be a host unless you that torture like toys on YouTube.
Whoa, yeah.
That
was just
that MFing in the chat. I don't know what the fuck and where that popped off from, but that kid was like straight up. What's the kid from Toy Story?
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
This motherfucker is Sid.
Well, I still appreciate whoever comes in the chat. And
yeah,
comments.
sure.
But yeah,
whatever.
That
shit was crazy.
Ben, where can we see this? Where can they email us?
Totally.Toonular@gmail.com.
Well, yeah, there you go. We'll figure out something soon. We'll get some people on here. But Leo, like I said, we haven't figured it out because it's just the hard seat to fill. We love you, Leo.
It's the buzz.
So
that's what we should do.
We're getting Assy Mcgee.
That's it.
Yeah, you can understand him either, so it's perfect.
Good enough for me.
All right, I'm gonna
wait. But Leo, what is next week?
What is next
Last
week,
one.
James?
Yeah, what is next
4th
week?
of July.
Next week is 4th of July. It is also your last episode. And it was kind of a debate when we talked about it. Hey, we're all yelling here, right? I'm trying to keep track of the show. I couldn't even do a circle here without everyone yelling
it's
at
terrible.
me.
Everybody has a very big emotion right now. Everything is very it's
raw.
very touching.
We're
You're
raw.
right.
I'm feeling very raw.
You have to bring it back down, James. This is what like a real host does in a show.
Instead of just trying to end it.
What's next week, James? What's next week?
Next week, said it was kind of a debate because I still don't even think it really counts as animation. But we are talking. It was Leo's last pick, so I was like, I'll let it slide. But we're talking Team America World Police. made by Matt Stone and Trey
Oh,
Parker. The
awesome.
puppet movie.
Fuck yeah.
Got one of my
And I
favorite
do love-
songs in it.
Which song is that?
America. Fuck yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it would be "I'm So Lonely," but that's
that's a close second.
Yeah, America rules. I do love that movie. It's just, I don't know. Does it count? I don't know. But whatever. We discussed
Call
that
it
next week.
claymation. With it's
I
a
mean,
woodmation.
yeah.
Ben explain why
Yeah.
it is
We got
next
to get
week.
to the
Yeah,
debate,
you'll hear it.
so you'll listen to it. On that note, Leo, I love you to death.
I love you guys.
We love you.
I'm gonna miss everybody.
Leo,
So I'm
love
gonna-
you,
I'm gonna-
buddy. I'm gonna miss this. This is terrible.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
gonna
the
just
change.
start. I'm just gonna start calling you separately from all of this.
Okay.
on
Good.
Skype for an hour and a half every Wednesday.
There's not a lot of people I leave my phone open to on air, but if you're watching on air, give us a phone call. You know, we can always get a phone call in.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
Leon, I don't think you and I have ever had a single phone call in our entire lives, but feel free to call me and I'll also put you on air if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Like if I ever go to, I don't know if I would go North California or California at all, but if I go there, we'd need to see the aquarium.
Yes, let's go to the aquarium together. Totally Toonular field trip too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it wouldn't be a Toonular field trip because Leo's not part of the
Oh,
band.
no.
oh no!
Oh.
Tell me how am I?
Now he's officially out.
How
Very
are
good.
we possibly gonna go
Real.
on?
Solo Tuna and friends. I'm friends now.
Yeah,
I'm friend of the show now.
A friend of the show, Leo.
Oh
All right, I'm gonna play this sound bite and roll
oh
out.
my god, this is
I really enjoy coming.
You guys, this is all Kyle's mom's fault. Shut up, Cartman. Kyle's mom is the one that started that damn club, and all because she's a big, fat, stupid bitch. Don't say it, Cartman. Well, don't do it, Cartman. Well, I'm warning you. Okay, okay.
Hello, peasants. Want to kill all humans?
We're there, dude.
We'd like some money. Yeah, money. Money is cool.